I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start. Apparently we're live. I'll wait till the thing pops up, and we should be. Yes, excellent. Hey guys, I'm Phoenix here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Now, this is a game that I've been playing a bit of, actually, and I've been streaming a bit of it because they've just added trains to the main trunk. Yeah, let's call it trunk. So they've added trains to the main game, and they've added what are those things that fly? Only they don't fly. Nuclear reactors, that's the one. Long day of not doing anything. Yes, it kind of addles the brain, and hay fever as well. So anyway, I'm going to play some of this. I was going to call it a whole bunch of things just then, and just, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, this should be as bug-free as possible. I have watched their update video as well, and I learned a few things about how trains are done. And you never know, we might edge into doing that. Unfortunately, I did actually die. I did just die just now as well, but I disembarked from just ignore them. I disembarked from my train, and the train killed me. But it didn't leave any of my drops, it just deleted my drops, so I've lost everything that I had on me. Sorry, I'm just getting pop-ups, which doesn't help. So what I decided I would do is, instead of running or trying to take the Explorer up there, I just build another one. And I realised actually the reason why no computers were being built, I thought it was, like the reinforced plates had shut down or something. No, I've run out of quartz, so I've got to run up, grab my Explorer, run down to the lorry bay thing, and get some quartz and get that running again, because I need computers being built here for the moment in order to get back up there nice and quickly and easily. So the update adds rails, nuclear reactors. It also adds switches, so you can automate your trains, and the trains will work out how to get where they need to go. Also, rather interesting feature that I didn't know about: the trains, the lines can be used as power cables. So I have a coal-fired generator at my other base, but I don't really need it. In fact, the other base could become a place for computers. Obviously, I'm gonna do some computery stuff there, building computers up there. But it can also be used for my nuclear reactors, because it's far enough away that it's not really going to cause too much of a problem. As long as there's uranium nearby, that will all depend on if I can get uranium. But anyway, let us make sure that we've got useful components with us, which was the Explorer. And yeah, so grab crystal, get the computers up and running again, make computers and stuff. Also, something that did happen while I was playing a little while ago, the power shut down as well, so I haven't actually been making things for a little while. Power's back up now, which is good. Basically, it shut down because I put some of those power cells in machines without beefing up the power grid first. So I've moved some of my things around and got some of those little cores into the fuel generators, so they are happy again. Ish. I've still got to sort out the oil supply. But we might be able to do something interesting with that. Wait, what? I thought this train went all the way down. Maybe it didn't. So yeah, I've been finding out interesting things about trains and how things can be set up. What I found very interesting is that you can have trains that unload their cargo in different spots. So if you have a cargo train that's got 8 carriages, you can put you can drive into a station that's only got, say, the first 5 freight things, and it will unload the first 5. And then when you go into the second station and you've got 1 train station at the front, 5 empty stations, and then 5 cargo terminals, it will then unload the rear half of the train. I thought that was quite interesting. For some things that I might be able to do with that a little bit later on. But for now, I've got to work out how I actually get back to my base. This is a little bit tricky around here. Oh, as I say, it's a little bit tricky around here. I managed to navigate it really easily. It's the next bit that's a bit trickier, because I've got to go around the long way. Don't think I can cut through. It gets a little bit messy in there, so I'll just go around the long way. It's fine. Sorry if there's any sort of hitches. The game is a little bit memory intensive at the moment. Certainly if you are in a train and you travel to some of the new zones, they can get a bit chuggy, which is awkward. Or it can be awkward. The way to fix that is just to stop the train, wait for the area to load, and then start moving again. It seems to get a bit chuggy when it's starting to do things like, well, world loading, which is kind of to be expected. At least it's not as bad as Gold Rushes, where it just doesn't load the world. It's quite funny. Right, these quartz crystals in here. The workbench is a little lower than you'd think. What I need to do is in here, take all, empty. I'm just going to empty it by hand. This will get a whole lot better. I've got some ideas of a sort of a train hub, but I'm not completely certain where I'm going to put it, and it may require a little bit of a redesign of the area. But having things delivered by train would be better. I mean, what I could do, in theory, is have everything delivered to a central point by train and then taken out by truck. But I haven't quite got around to working out the specifics behind the logistics nightmare that's going to ensue. Right, so that is now making useful things. I'm going to run up there and just make sure that it is all actually running fine. Or I should actually be able to see them actually. Another thing I could do is actually put a thing in there. There's also a Miner Mark III, which I suspect is locked behind the tier 7 and 8 point, so I don't have access to that yet. But yes. One of the things that I should note about nuclear reactors is that they do generate waste, and which you do have to sort of do something with. And again, that's going to be an interesting. It's probably going to be like a waste dump type of thing, where I build a train that goes to a place in the map that's got a storage terminal, and that just dumps all my nuclear waste in there. That's the general idea that I've got anyway. But I do need computers first to get me back down to the main place. The other thing I need to think about is how I'm going to get oil up there, because in order to make computers I need oil. But maybe that's something I just work out once I'm down there. Right. It shouldn't take too long to do that. I'll just keep taking this heavy modular frame out. Yeah, so the other thing that I need to get, I'll get that when I need to make sure I've got some oh no, I've got some frames, that's fine. There's a wreck near the secondary facility 2, that requires some power. I think it's power and some of those those sort of the normal modular frames. So if I can crack that open, bring the hard drive back, and be sorted actually for hopefully to get that stitched plate, which I really want. Which basically means that these reinforced iron plates can be made with, I think it's iron plates and copper wire. So that would be rather useful. Oh, come on. I just need one more computer and then I can... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right. Let us go and get the Explorer. I was actually going to try and walk up there. It's a bit of a trek up to the train station. But let's go training. It's a bit of a roller coaster as well, but it makes sense. It's sort of a monorail, so you can run the rail without it being on floors. Meaning that you can get it to sort of arc over the top of your factory if you need to. Or in my case, well, you'll see. There was some footage of, actually all of it actually was done in that stream that I did. I think it was about an hour of me just laying rails. That's the sort of making of, and now you're going to see the result of my endeavours. So we need to go up here. It's designed very much like a train platform in Britain, except these do actually run no matter what the weather is. So electric locomotive, and that just goes on there like that. You can put freight cars if you've got the stuff. You can put multiple freight cars behind it. I'm not going to because I don't need to. This is just literally a train for me to get from one place to another. However, I think I might have enough. Problem is that space elevator, so maybe not. Maybe I move. I mean, I could flatten all this out. Maybe turn this bit into the hub and have it unloaded here, possibly. That's a possibility. I did a little bit of sort of building sort of road ramps and the like, so that you can. If I was in the Explorer going down that road, I could just jump the tracks. So yeah, we got our little twisty rail, and yeah. So I've got station on pointing, station over there, station over here. Only if you're using automation do they actually stop at stations. You do have to manage your braking to actually stop in time. Something which I'm not great at doing, I have to admit. But anyway, let's chug through. So yeah, this is the first bit of my rather elaborate rail, which it has to go around in a big circle, like a helix, sort of, in order to get down. And then it goes through this cave. I love that bit because it just kind of goes down this helix, and then we trundle through this cave. I'm just going to stop here. I know I'm in a cave and there may be spiders abound, but just want to stop here just to give the world a bit of a time to load. There's nothing really interesting in here. There's a nice waterfall, so we can look at the waterfall. This is quite nice now that I've cleared the fireflies out. There was also a slug up there. Sorry, tickling my throat. Just as I hit, yeah, just as I hit record, the hay fever starts up, which is excellent. Right, and on we go. So now we're entering what is a possible start, I think, for the player. I'm not completely sure exactly where you start in this area, but I think this is one of the starts. And so, just trundling down, and that's iron. Yeah, and so we've got this nice sort of bridge going over the place where that thing is, and then we're almost there now. We're almost to facility 2. Now, facility 2 is very much a work in progress, but that's what I'm going to be working on today, mainly. Though I do just want to grab the wreckage component. Right, just put the brake on. Let's just coast in. The other train is just ahead, so I don't really want to go any further than this. There we go. And yeah, so this is the platform. And eventually trains will come in here with their full load and be able to do things. I don't know. We'll work that bit out when we get there. But one thing that I can do is hook up this power line to that one. And that is now going to make me stuff that I'm going to need, which is excellent. Second up, now this bit gets fun. So this train doesn't actually, this train goes on a bit further, and that's what I was trying to do just before I died, which was rather irritating. I'm not completely certain exactly why this happened, but I have been trying to make it look reasonably nice. So wherever there is a possible place for a road to be, then I have tried to leave gaps for me to be able to get at least the Explorer through. Don't think I'll get the truck through, but possibly the Explorer. And anywhere where the foliage cuts up on the tracks, I have tried to remove them with the chainsaw wherever possible. So let's get into this locomotive and let's go up here. There is coal up here somewhere. I'm not completely certain where, but there is meant to be coal up here. Though, now I've got the power line, do I really need to deal with... I don't, do I? Because I've got the power line up. What I do need to do is find that wreckage and get that one done. And also get whatever that is up there over to a sort of more central position. So let's do that. And oh god, where is it? Somewhere over here. I can't remember if this is iron or copper or potatoes. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been up here. But I do appear to be completely and utterly lost. I thought it was up here somewhere. Right, my locomotive is over there, along with the rest of my base. So it... Hold on, yeah, I may have got out the wrong side. I need to be walking over that way. Yes, I do. I was literally just walking in completely the wrong direction. Yeah, so I need to be there. This happens. I get twisted around by which way I should be actually travelling when I get out of the train. Yes, I've been in my other sort of real world. I've been learning how cars work, which it's been. Well, I say work. I know how they work. They, you put fuel in and they do things. That's copper. Excellent. That's brilliant. Actually, I've got no rods. Okay. Right. Smelter. Can I make a smelter? No, because I've got no rods. Do I have any iron on me? Yeah, that'll be no. Right. Let's go up this way. Yeah, so it's the wonderful world of the MOT in England, which is basically the car's safety check to basically say this car is safe to be on the road. So that's it. There's this car is safe and legal. So it's meant to check things like your tyre, make sure your tyres are good, your brakes are still good, etc., etc. However, a little while ago, I had a drunk driver smash my rear windscreen, and okay, fine, that happened. What I didn't realise was that the wiper arm was going to have to be removed, and so that was cut off. And the guy who cut it off, he said, you're all you need to do is unscrew that bolt there, and then you can just buy the part online, whack it on, fine. And I looked online, and there is nothing online to say that driving around without a rear windscreen wiper is illegal in any way, shape or form. Thought, okay, that's fine. So MOT comes up, and it goes in for its MOT, and the car fails, purely because I don't have a rear wiper. It turns out that whilst it is legal for you not to have a wiper if the car was not provided one in the first place, if the mechanism is there and working, then you have to have a wiper there, full stop. Fine. Right. So, go online, buy the part. And that one might arrive Monday. And so I take it out to the car. I can't get the bolt off, of course, and there's this sort of large washer thing, and I don't really think anything of it. Turns out that washer needs to be cut off because as time goes by, that the inside of that washer corrodes and sort of meshes with the bolt. So yeah, I have to ring around. I've finally found a garage this morning that can do the job, because of course well-known places like Quick Fit and Halfords, they can't do it for whatever reason. Even though Halfords, they are actually listed as being a repair shop, they can't cut the bolt off, or they can't loosen the bolt or cut the washer off, and they certainly can't fit the part that I bought online. So that would be weird. So yeah, that's basically been my lovely time of it. As you can imagine, I'm a bit exasperated with it all. I just kind of want it to be done. It's one of those jobs which I just want it to be done and over with. Right. I'm gonna sort of get everything into sort of running into a more central location. Sort of shove down some storage containers. That would do. And wire that into. It's the wrong way round. That one. Right, so that is there. That is going to move all the bars from up there just to a reasonably slightly more centralised location, and I'll do the same with the iron quickly. Get it all sort of moved down here. I'll also get a rods system in place. What I might do actually is put the constructors, wherever they are, put the constructors down here. So I've got one thing making me rods, one thing making me plates. This is generally what I do to set up an area, an outpost, where I'll just sort of roughly put a load of things down, and we'll sort of neaten it up later, sort of thing. So we've got a splitter into there, where we're going to need to make plates and rods, and at which point we then put everything into a couple of storage containers over here. And what do you mean can't afford? Oh, I've run out of plates. That's fine. I should have a fair amount of platage up here. In fact, I wonder if I'm good enough with my aim. I am. Awesome. Right. Get the last of this in. And then, yeah. All will be good. Right, so that one's in, and just need to link this up to... I'm doing an awful lot of pointing at things, and you can't see. Yeah, so I just want to link this up to here. Oh, missing iron rods again. Unfortunately, the way up to this one is a little bit awkward. Yeah, I'll just walk up here, it's fine. Right, so this is just making bars, which is exactly what I want. And then this makes me the rods. Just make a bunch of these. I don't know, about 25. I do. And then back up there to get the belt down. And then that'll have that automated then. God, I have some fancy belts up here. Can't quite afford those at the moment. Right, so now we can just hop on these, and actually I can upgrade these belts a little. So I picked up all of these. Okay. Right, so can I just belt down here? I'll get rid of that tree in a bit. Right, next up we just need to add the power poles, and I don't have any quick wire, and so I need to use standard power pole. Okay, and then that'll make that stuff. Right, we have the basics set up now. To a certain extent, I need to add a constructor to make that into some other things, but for the most part, we're set up with the basics. I will do a couple more storage containers over here. Production, just grab one of those in there, and then one of those. We then stick in a splitter. Conveyor splitter. At that sort of angle. So we can do that into... great. Oh wait, no. The splitter doesn't go in there. It go. Oh wait. Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Right, it goes in here. That goes in there. That makes wire. This makes cable. That one goes into. Oops, I put that the wrong way around as well. Ugh, my life. Right. So that goes in there, and then that goes in there, and then the. Right. And that's not going to work either. Right. That's going to be making some things. And I don't know, I might actually have some plates. I do, yay! That's why I reset that up. Right, so this can now go into here. It's crude, but it's working fine. Right, I'm going to let those work for a moment while I go up this way. And I'll get out my bolt gun. Up here somewhere there was some wreckage. Can't remember exactly where, but it's on this side. It might be up there actually. Because getting those hard drives are... I need them. I really do need them at the moment. Hey, yeah, here we go. Right. So these are wreckages from something that came before. Drop pod. Don't need power. Excellent. Sweet hard drive. Nice. Right. Ooh, and computers as well. Nice. What else have we got in this wreckage? Anything useful? Modular frames. Some bolts. There's some more bolts down there as well. Oh, what's that? Oh, wait, no, that's just leaves. Okay. So let's get this hard drive on. And then I can start thinking about oil. How to get it up here. Because, actually, before I go and do the computer thing, not the computer thing, what's it? Computers in the brain. The hard drive thing. I do want to see how I can make computers with as few awkward components as possible, basically. I think the best recipe to use will be the one that uses predominantly oil-based products, but I do need to got an equipment workshop, and I've got, there we go, craft bench. Right, so I've got two options. I've got this one, which makes computers that I can do right now. Plastic and circuit boards will both require oil-based products of some description. So that just would require rubber. That would require plastic. Actually, the best recipe to use would not be to haul oil up here. It would be to just haul plastic up here. That would be doable. So in theory, what I could do is if I build one of these things, a manufacturer, and we'll we'll find a place for that thing now. Build the manufacturer. I'll have to beef up my power supply because I don't think my power supply is going to be able to manage another one of these. Maybe don't want to put it next to the railway in case we want to expand that. I mean, if everything's unloading this way, I could put it on the other side. Yeah, let's do that. I will expand this because I've got loads of concrete on me. And I can come along at some point with the chainsaw and cut all this brush down. Right, so all of that goes there. No, don't do that. Why would you do that? Right. I think we need to go, I think it's 4 over from here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we go into production and grab our manufacturer, which is huge. And if I want to, let's have it go this way. Reason being that you can then funnel stuff into that side and then funnel it out that way. It's just a little bit easier to do that. And of course I'm out of rods again. Right, yeah, so that will then, so yeah, the purpose of this one is to make computers using the standard recipe. There is a secondary recipe, but it's not quite as well. It's better, and it's the one that I'm using up at the main base at the moment. But I don't know. It's a little bit more complicated because it needs certain things that I'm not able to easily transport, I guess, or you know, in sort of, it would be a little bit more awkward, basically. So yeah, I think the way to do it will be to have a plastic factory, you know, something that's just making plastics and putting it into cargo containers, and then so I can just haul it in and then unload it using a train. It would be better to have its own oil line, I guess, but I'll have to see. Oh, its own plastic line, really. I'll have to see quite what I can do about that. But anyway, so back we go the long way. So, in case you're new here, for whatever reason, the game is called Satisfactory. It's available on Epic Launcher only, boo, hiss, etc, etc. I'm not really a big, I don't see all the hoo-ha about Epic Store. It's got a way to go, certainly, but so did Steam, quite frankly. If anybody remembers what Steam used to be like, I don't think anybody can say that Epic is any worse than that. Yeah, but as I said, yeah, it's got a ways to go, but they are working on it, and no matter your feelings about it, it's good that Valve gets some competition. They need it. It's no good them being the only store on the market because they can get away with whatever they like, and they have been. What was the last game they released that was theirs, completely and utterly theirs? You might be here for a while. I think it would be Portal 2, actually, wouldn't it? And even that was made by hiring people who had made a cool demo for their uni project. So anyway, right, okay, so I need plastics to get this up and running, but first of all I need to, oh yeah, I need to jump off this side over here. I don't have any food, unfortunately. It's fine, we'll survive as long as the power's on and I can hit it. Right, so in here we have our MAM, and this is a little bit clunky. This could be done up a bit, but so 10 minutes and our hard drive will be done. I probably won't actually be streaming for that much longer, actually. Just because an awful lot of what I've now got to do is kind of dull to watch. An awful lot of it is just going to be gathering components, and it's not really all that interesting. So yeah, I might just call it a night here. I might be back tomorrow evening. I'll probably be in a better mood, hopefully. If everything goes to plan tomorrow, which based on my past month it's not going to, but you know, I can hope. I'll be a happier bunny. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to call it a night here, because an awful lot of what I've got to do is very slow, dull, and just me running around collecting things. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.